Hey everybody, Hunter Fisher, Trapper, Trader, Guide, Scout, and Interpreter, and just a country cook. Steve Hall here in Nashville, Tennessee, along with pretty Miss Sheila running that camera. Hi Sheila.
Hi.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
I have waited a week to do a recipe. You probably noticed that if you're one of our subscribers. I can tape it by myself, but nobody has a prettier camera girl than me on the planet. And she was at her mom's in Alabama, and I just had to wait for her to get home because I like to see her on that side of the camera when we're putting a recipe together over here. Today we're going to do a poutine. What is that? It's out of Canada. It was created just outside of Quebec. And let me back up just a little bit and tell you the history of my knowledge of this entire dish. We played in Brandon, Manitoba, Regina, Saskatchewan, and Calgary, Alberta years ago with our band. We was running around up there doing a lot of shows. And I was sitting in a restaurant with my band, and there was a couple sitting at a table next to us. And they ordered chips and gravy. Well, when the waitress walked away, I said, "You're going to eat potato chips with gravy on it?" And they said, "No, you must be from the States." Up here, when we say chips and gravy, we mean French fries and gravy. Plus, they also have bottles of vinegar on all the tables where they put French fries, gravy, and vinegar. It's a very interesting dish. Let me take it a step further. If you're in the States and you walk into Kentucky Fried Chicken and you order a two-piece meal, you'll get 2 pieces of chicken, a biscuit, a little teeny tub with coleslaw, and a little tub that when you open up has mashed potatoes and gravy in it. Every single Kentucky Fried Chicken in Canada, when you go up to the window and order a 2-piece meal and drive away, when you open it up, you'll see 2 pieces of chicken, a biscuit, a little tub of coleslaw, and French fries crammed in that cup with gravy on it. So I drove around the restaurant and pulled back up the window. I said, "Are you guys out of mashed potatoes?" They again said, "You must be from the States. We never serve mashed potatoes and gravy here at Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's French fries crammed in there." Well, now they take it a step further. I really got keyed in on this recipe, this poutine, because it's French fries and gravy, but somebody just outside of Quebec in the 50s added cheese curds to it. It's really unique the way it's all put together. Come on over here, let's get started on a Canadian poutine, or as they call it in Canada, just a poutine. Come on over. All right, our French fries are just about done in our little deep fryer over here. And I kind of cheated. I just bought a bag of these crinkle cut fries. I like the little crinkle cut ones because they got a little more surface to be crunchy on the outside and fluffy in the middle. Now you can take potatoes and cut them all up and actually make your own French fries, but I just bought the store-bought ones. And as these are getting done, I want to tell you about the ingredient that goes on top of the French fries before we even get to the gravy. Of course, these French fries will go on the bottom of our recipe, but in the middle is going to be these little guys right here, cheese curds. If you've never heard of them, they're real popular all across Wisconsin, Minnesota, and of course Canada. Wow. They love their cheese curds up there. And if you go to the Minnesota State Fair, my home state, you can find deep fried cheese curds on the midway. They're squeaky when you eat them because they're kind of like a rubbery cheese. The curd is really delicious to eat. But I couldn't find any at Kroger's. I went through the cheese section, I went everywhere, and then I even called them over there at Publix because they're kind of my go-to when I can't find nothing else at Kroger's because they just about carry everything in the world over there. Never heard of them. Cheese curds, he said. Let me look them up in the computer. Couldn't, he said, they're not even in our computer. Couldn't find them. So I was just getting ready to leave Kroger's, and in case you can't find cheese curds anywhere, you can use mozzarella, cubed up mozzarella. And I seen this bag of string whips, they're called. They almost look like a little baby French fry, but they're made out of mozzarella cheese. And you could use this for the recipe too. I kept this bag because I wanted to show you the alternative. But you see that I have some cheese curds here. And where did I get them? I got them at Kroger's in the deli section. I went over to the deli section to get some sliced ham and turkey for another recipe we're going to do. And I got to looking at some of their little specialty stuff that they got on these little islands. They had some summer sausage and some different stuff. And there was some little bags of cheddar cheese curds. The exact thing that I need for a poutine. I'm going to open this up and show you something here. Go ahead and dump these out. I already did these, but when you open up a bag of these, they're mostly about the size of a nickel or bigger. So I break them up into little pieces about the size of a dime, just about how big I want to, have them on top of my French fries when I pour gravy on it. Yeah, that's right, gravy. So break them up into littler pieces like this. And now we've got our cheese curds all ready to go. Got our French fries out of the deep fryer, salted up, cooling off over there a little bit. Got our cheese curds broke into little pieces so we can make our real traditional poutine. Now they got about 30 different types of poutine up there, but the real traditional one is just French fries, cheese curds, and brown gravy. That looks about right there. So I'll put them in there. Now, I'm going to set this aside and show you something. If you're going to get gravy, buy a real good quality gravy, because this is the key to this recipe. I buy better than gravy, and it's brown gravy mix flavored with beef. It's good quality stuff. I took 2 packages of this, threw it in a saucepan in the kitchen with 2 cups of water, because you put 1 cup of water for every package. Just stir it into warm water and heat it up till it comes to a boil. Simmer it for about 4 or 5 minutes, or whatever the instructions on the back say, and you got some gravy. I'm going to have Sheila go in there and fill this little glass gravy boat with some of this hot gravy, and we're going to assemble a poutine for you folks that you're just going to love if you make it. Thank you, Sheila. Sheila's back from the stove with some nice hot brown gravy, and it's time to build a poutine. Who would have thought that they would have went from chips and gravy, which is French fries and gravy, and added cheese curds just outside of Quebec in the 50s. Oh, you're not getting away. That's a 10-second rule. You're getting in there. To make a poutine. I don't even know what that stands for. I'm thinking probably French or something. I don't know, but we're going to get them all in here. Make yourself some homemade French fries or just buy them in the bag. Now it's time for our cheese curds. Sprinkle them over there. And again, if you don't got cheese curds, you can use chunks of mozzarella. You can actually use any cheese you want. But if you want a traditional poutine, you want to try it and get that Canadian flavor, which, by the way, it's kind of their national dish up there, if you can believe that. All over Canada, all the restaurants all have poutine on the menu. I kind of want to separate these and make it look really nice. I think we're in pretty good shape. Now here's the key. You want nice hot gravy, but you don't want to just drown it in gravy to where everything is just a soggy mess. So you want to kind of drizzle it over. I kind of do a little Z pattern back and forth here. You just want a little drizzle of this hot gravy over the top, maybe a little more. But that's it right there. Don't put any more on there. Lick this with your finger, and you have to eat this with a fork. Now you can dig them out with your fingers, but they eat this with a fork, and I don't have a fork. I'll be right back. All right, I found me a fork. That didn't take long. This gravy is starting to melt this cheese a little bit. So let me get a little bit of French fry and a little bit of cheese on my fork here. Give it a try. I don't know who came up with this recipe, but it's absolutely delicious. Now this is the traditional poutine, but you can take a little bit of sweet onions and sprinkle on top. I've seen some with bacon, peppers, all kinds of unique stuff. I'm just going to give it just a little touch of onions for me. But there you have it. There is a poutine from Canada. Uh-oh, did you catch me putting a little pepper on there, Sheila? I like to have a little pepper on everything, but I would have never in my wildest dreams, thinking 30 years ago, sitting in a booth with my band, when the lady over next to us said, "I'll have chips and gravy," that it would be French fries and gravy and vinegar, French fries crammed in a cup with gravy at the Kentucky Fried Chicken, and now a poutine where somewhere out of Quebec, Canada, in the 50s, somebody got a handful of cheese curds and put them between the fries and the gravy, and voila. Give it a try. It's a very traditional dish. In fact, it is the main dish in Canada. Everybody makes it, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and we really hope you subscribe to our channel. Little Shotgun Red's face will pop up over here in a little bit. When it does, I hope you click on it. When it says subscribe, click on that bell next to the word subscribe. Hit all the little check marks and OKs and let them know that you want to get all of our recipes. We really hope you do that. We'll throw another recipe up over here that we really hope you enjoy. And is this the best Canadian poutine? With a little extra twist. I threw a few onions in there and a little pepper, but just with the fries and the cheese curds and the gravy you ever ate, if it ain't, it ought to be. This is Steve Hall in Nashville, Tennessee, along with my camera girl who's back in town. Yay, yay, yay. And she always tells me, don't forget to check us out at www.shotgunred.com, and you can find all kinds of goodies there. But you do not need to go to our website to get any of our recipes ever. We put them right underneath the video. Just click on Show More. It'll drop down, and there's the whole recipe. We'll see you next time right here on Cooking with Shotgun Red. And hi to everybody in Canada, especially those ladies on that bus out of Canada with all those Canadians. Last Wednesday, I said, we're going to do a recipe on our channel. And you know what we're going to make? We're going to have French fries and cheese curds and gravy. We're going to make, and they all said, a poutine. Way ahead of me. So they know what we're doing here. Hi, girls. Come back and see us at the Nashville Nightlife Dinner Theater. See you for now. Say goodnight, Sheila.
Good night, Sheila.
Bye-bye.